My name is Kate Stephenson, I'm 17 years old, and I'm afraid of growing up. My sister just turned 21. She can legally drink and get a hotel room. My other sister is 18, almost 19. She's in college and is considered legally an adult. My brother, the youngest, just graduated middle school. That signifies the end of that era for all of us. And then there's me. By this time next year, I'll know where I'm going to college, assuming that happens, and I'll be 18 years old. My childhood will officially be over. It's recently hit me just how much life has moved on and left me behind, and so I figured I would sit down and reflect on it all. So here I am, reflecting. Sailing has always had a large impact on my family. Since childhood, I was taught that the water was something precious, something to be appreciated and explored. We would sail races with my grandfather, sometimes even to other states, and I took sailing lessons and learned to sail all on my own. I suppose this exposure to adventure so early in my life was what led me to a lifestyle that would require exploration. But the type of exploration I dream of isn't always accessible, and so I have to make my own adventures here at home. One way I do that is through art. Since the first day I arrived at our home in Naples, Florida, I've known two things. One, the lens is something I'm always going to see the world through. And two, music is who I am. I suppose that my siblings and I were all predisposed to loving music, as my father is a professional composer and trumpet player, and my mother a professional violinist. But what we didn't expect was that I would fall in love with film and photography so much. Ever since I was a kid, I would steal my parents' camera and take random photos and videos of things around the house, like Star Wars movie covers or ornaments. As I grew older, it became clear that this was more of a passion than just a hobby. My siblings and I spent our summers making countless movies and music videos and movie trailers on my dad's computer. I begged my parents for a camera, and when I finally got one, I was ecstatic. Since then, I've learned to not only capture moments, but to also cherish them. I spend almost all of my free time out taking pictures of people, nature, or anything that I find beautiful. Which, by the way, is almost everything. I think that while all of us learned to play the violin at some point, the form of music that stuck with me the most was singing. From a very young age, my sisters and I would sing. Anything, really. And from there, we even started writing our own songs. I admit, they were pretty bad, but as we grew older, our music matured with us. And whether we were singing in our living room, pretending our remote was a microphone, or actually performing, or using a karaoke machine in our backyard, I can honestly say that we always felt at home when we were performing. But time passes, and people grow up. That same sister who was always stealing the show in our videos was now moving into college. And the other one getting ready to. And the little boy that once had a little curl and blonde hair now understood the world almost more than I did. And while all this change was happening around me, I didn't even realize that I was changing myself. I had gone from wanting to be an artist, to wanting to be a musician, to wanting to be a photographer, and then to wanting to be a filmmaker. And I hadn't even stopped to think about what was happening. I was growing. And the world was changing too. Probably for the worst. I had already made so many of my best memories, and now I didn't know if they could be topped.
Storm cloud came. We have 9 minutes until totality, and we have to drive until we can see the sun because we can't right now.
So, why am I afraid to grow up if I have all this passion and all these things to look forward to? Well, I think it's simple. My passions are the things that I know, and I'm afraid of the things that I don't know. For example, I don't know what next month is going to bring. I don't know what it's like to be alive in 2 years, let alone in 50. I don't know what it's like to grow up so close to people and then maybe grow apart from them. I don't even know how to swipe a credit card, let alone pay student debts. So, as I reflect, I can't help but miss the days when everything was simpler, and all there was to do was make videos on your dad's computer. So after you watch this video today, I challenge you to do one thing. Reflect on your own life. Remember what made everything so simple and what made you happy, and try to bring aspects of that back into your life today. I don't think it's impossible. In fact, I think it's time to start.